students. Today we are going to discuss about the determine of support reactions of simply supported beams. In earlier session, we also learned about the determination of support reactions for the cantilever beam. So we will see that we are also learn about the varying distributed load or non-uniformly distributing load NUDL or VDL. So we are seeing that how the profile of the VDL will be like this. So in addition to that, we are discussed about the determination of the support reactions of cantilever beam. The cantilever beam is having only fixed end and the other end is free end, that means no support at the end. We are solved different loading conditions and we obtain the supporting reactions of the same. To solve those support reactions of a beam, we are considered the beam is a cantilever or simply supported or overhanging beam, fixed support, whatever the case is, but we consider the beam is stable and it obeys equilibrium conditions. We know for the plane structure, the equilibrium conditions are sigma f of x equal to 0, sigma f of y equal to 0, and sigma mz equal to 0. That means moment about any point in the beam is also 0. So that we are follow these equilibrium conditions to solve or to obtain the magnitudes of the support reactions. So in the earlier class we took some example for the same. For the cantilever beam as shown in this figure, here due to cantilever it has only fixed support at left hand side and it has free end at the right hand side. So in this particular problem we have seen that there is an inclined load, here it is an inclined load and a point load vertical and UDL has been loaded. So we are also discussed about the UDL. UDL can be converted into point load by multiplying its magnitude it's multiplied with the its occupied length. What is the occupied length? 2 meter. So this is the way that you can convert the UDL into point load. Therefore, this is like this 10,000 newtons. That means it is nothing but 10 kilo newtons. So this UDL whatever is given has been now converted into a point load is equivalent to a point load. Acting at ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఎక్కడ యాక్ట్ అవుతుందండి at the at the mid of at the mid of its occupied length, its occupied length. So what is its occupied length? 2 meters. Therefore its mid means average, therefore 2 by 2 that is equal to 1 meter. So 1 meter from free end or you can say from the fixed end 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus the 2 by 2 1 meter, therefore that is total 8 meters, 8 meters, therefore 8 meters from fixed end. So this is the conversion of the a UDL into a point load. So first what we did is we are converting the UDL into point load. This is the point load. Therefore, this entire UDL is equivalent to the 10 kilonewton and it is acting at 1 meter from free end. So 1 meter, this is the free end. Where is the free end? This is the free end point, right? From this free end 1 meter, so is the mid 2 by 2. At this point, this entire point UDL converted as point load is acting. So how much it is acting? 10 kilonewton. It is simply, it is a 10 kilonewton. This is what we have to represent the UDL as a point load. After conversion of the UDL into point load, the remaining problem is as easy as the other solutions. Hence, it is recommended to convert the UDL into point load for these type of finding of the support reactions and place the position at the mid of the its occupied length, so that it is easy to solve the support reactions and minimize the calculations too. So applying the our equilibrium conditions, vertical reaction, to obtain the vertical reactions we should apply the sigma f of y. You should apply the sigma f of y, that equals sigma f of y equal to 0. You apply this one, then ry will becomes, then ry will becomes 75 kilonewtons. If I applied the same thing, the equation, I will obtain the ry, that means ry at the support reaction of the fixed end will be 75 kilonewtons. For this, what is the calculation we required? Consider all the vertical loads. So 70 kilonewton is at an angle of 30 degree with respect to horizontal. So I am resolving it in two components. One is vertical and another is horizontal. Therefore, vertical component is sine 30 for this. Therefore, 70 sine 30 plus, and the another load is 30 which is vertical, and UDL is already discussed how to convert it, 5000 into 2 and divided by 1000 because it is in newtons. If you see, this is in newtons, whereas these all are in kilonewtons. Hence, if I divided with the 1000, I will convert into the kilonewtons. Hence, this 1000 is used for that purpose only. Therefore, 75 kilonewtons we are obtained. Similarly, for horizontal reaction, Rx or sigma f of x equal to 0. So therefore sigma f of x. So due to this there is no horizontal reaction. Due to this there is no horizontal actions. But with this only we have the horizontal action. Therefore 70 into cos 30, that is the horizontal action, which is equivalent to 60.62 kilonewtons. So that should be equivalent to the Rx only, right? And to further to understood, to get the value of the m, I need to take the moments about the support point. Therefore, or at any free end, either you can take the at the support end or to take the at the free end, there is no problem with that. So I am considering at the support. By taking the moment acting at support due to external loads, I need to consider all these points of the point loads about the support. So that is a action moment. I am taking it as an action moment, that is due to 70 kilonewton, 30 kilonewton, 5000 UDL. For that, I need to calculate the momentum at the support. Therefore, 70 sine 30, that is the vertical component of the inclined load. 70 sine 30, that is at a distance of 2 meters. I took this one 2 meter. Please note that there is a horizontal load also here, but it is parallel to the your required point. Hence, it is a collinearing force. Hence, there is no moment for this. That's why we are not considered 70 cos 30, right? And For the 30 kilonewtons, it is a distance apart from 2 plus 4, 6 meters. So therefore 2 plus 4. And 5000, it is acting at the 2 by 2 distance. Hence we taken this is the 2 by 2. It should be the midway. 2 by 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1, that is the total distance, and its magnitude is occupied at a length of 2 meters, hence 5000 into 2, therefore 5000 into 2. And in order to obtain for the kilonewtons, we have to divide it by 1000. It should be divided with by 1000, right? Then you will get this answer, right? So it should be divided by, should be divided 5000 should be divided by 1000, right? And after solving, you are getting 330 kilonewton meter, which is a clockwise. This is the action. So your action is 330 kilonewton meter, whereas the action should be equal to the reaction. Therefore reaction moment at the support, which is in a green color, you can see this, it should be in opposite direction, hence it is a clockwise. Your support reaction should be in anti-clockwise direction. So with the same magnitude, that is 330 kilonewton meter. Hence using that 330 kilonewton meter, you can obtain the all the values. Now you are know what are the reactions of the supports Ry, Rx and moment. Today we are going to learn in this session about the determination of the simple support reactions. So initially, we need to understood about the simply supported beam. So we are know that a simple support may contain a hinged support or a roller support or a simple support. So with these combinations, we have the different uh, uh, beams. Both ends of a beam are simply supports or combination of roller supports. If you see in this figure, the supports are at the both the ends are the simply supported in the figure A, right? Whereas in the figure B, you see that one is simply support and the other one is roller support. But you see these all four supports can resist to only vertical loads. The roller support cannot resist the horizontal support. It can move when a horizontal lateral load in parallel load is applied on that one. A horizontal or parallel load is applied on the roller support, then it moves. And similarly for the simple support also, if we put a horizontal or parallel load, it will allow us to move. Hence, when we are discussing about the simple supports, that is not the hinged support, then the beam should be loaded with only vertical loads. No inclined load is allowed, right? No horizontal load is allowed. Hence, in the both these figures A and B, you can see the loading conditions are purely vertical. So you can observe that this is a vertical load, this is a vertical load, and here also vertical loads. No inclination, no horizontal load. Hence, for a simple support or roller support, it can offer only vertical loads reaction perpendicular to the your axis. And the combination of the simple supported beam can be with the hinged support. So a hinged support at the one end, at the other end it might be a simple support, or a hinged support at the other end, and it has the last end, it can be roller support. So one end is hinged support, other end is might be a simple support or roller support. In that condition, we can load inclined loads, horizontal loads also. So I can place here a horizontal load at this point also I can place. I can place horizontal load. Here also I can place horizontal load. I can place horizontal load. When it is a hinge is there, I can place horizontal loads. So due to this uh, inclined load also, we will get the two components. One is horizontal and another one is vertical. Therefore, for whenever the inclined load is there, you should show that there should be a hinged support or fixed support to resist that horizontal component. So hence, for in the problem, if they are not mentioned any inclined loads, then you can take that as a simple supports like these supports. If there is in a problem they are given inclined loads or any horizontal loads or parallel loads, then you should consider this as a hinged support, right? So that is the arrangement of your simple support and along with the values. Those notations, their shapes are very important to understood the which support it is actually. Coming to the support reactions calculations for the simple supported beam, we will solve this problem by using the equilibrium conditions. First, I am requesting you please study the problem. Then after that draw yourself the sketch of the beam and loading conditions. In the examinations, they will give only as a theory as a problem. Hence, you should develop the sketch from the theory. Find the support reactions for simply supported beam when 2-point loads 40 kN are loaded acted at a distance 3 meter from each support. So he is saying that it is a simply support beam. So it is the case very easy to you to draw a simple support, and he is not stated that which support it is, which type of hinge, simple or roller. He is not stated. So we are keeping calm now. And he said that there is a 2-point loads 40 kilonewtons acted at a distance of 3 meter from each support. So it is easy if it is a support 1 and it is the support 2. So from the both it is a 3 meter distance, there is a point loads are acting. So okay, equal distance from this point. This side it is 3 meters and this side it is also 3 meters. Right. And he is saying that 2-point loads of equal 40 kilonewtons. Hence it is a 40. Right. Hence this is also a 40 kilonewtons. Right. And from each support. And the distance between them both is 4 meters. So distance between the both the loads is 4 meters. Now he is giving this distance 4 meters. Now this is the loading positions. The supports at the both ends are simply support or roller only. So he is saying that it is only a simple support. So no problem. There is no hinge portion, only simple support. So this is the way you have to develop your diagram, right? So after developing this diagram, right, then apply the your equilibrium conditions. So you know that equilibrium conditions sigma f of y is equal to 0 for the vertical reaction. By seeing this, you can understood that here only vertical reactions are there. There is no horizontal reaction because your loads are, your actions are in vertical direction only. Hence, you required sigma f of y is equal to 0 only. There is no need to use sigma f of x equal to 0 because there is no inclined loads, there is no parallel loads. Hence, we can use only sigma f of y equal to 0. And one more thing here it is there any other equation we required or not? By seeing the problem, we are understood that there are two supports. One is RA, the support reaction at A is RA, and another one is at the support B, that is RB, Hence these two are unknown. We can frankly speaking that RA and RB we don't know. We need to, they are asking to find the same thing. What are the support reactions? RA and RB only. Hence we need to find out these things, right? Right. So RA and RB to be find out. So for that I require two equations. Among the two equations, I have the three equilibrium conditions equations. Sigma f of x equal to 0, sigma f of y equal to 0, mz equal to 0. Therefore, sigma f of x is not useful for this condition. Hence, I have left only two equations. Sigma f of y equal to 0 and sigma mz equal to 0. So, that is the two equations I have. Right. So this is the equation 1, sigma f of I equal to 0 and sigma mz equal to 0, that is equation 2. There are two unknowns and two equations are available. So with that we can solve. Knowns are equal to unknowns. Therefore we are applying sigma fy equal to 0 to solve the same thing here. Right. Therefore RA plus RB, because RA is upward, which is taken as positive, right? RA is a positive because RA is acting upward. We are assuming that RA is acting upward. Please understood? We are assuming that RA is acting upward. We are taking this direction as upward. Therefore, RA and RB both are upward. Hence, they are positive. 40 is acting downward. Hence, it is taken as a negative. You can see here it is a negative. And this again the 40 is also downward, hence negative. That should be equal to 0. Therefore, RA plus RB minus 80, that is equal to RA plus RB is equal to 80. So I keep it as a 1 because I don't know in this equation RA I don't know, RB I don't know, the both I don't know. So I need to solve RA and RB. Hence I required another equation, right? So sigma f of x is equal to 0. That equation, it is not useful for this type of loading. So now I am using the sigma mz equal to 0. Hence taking moment about any one support. So either you can take moments about A or you can take moments about B. Let us take the moments about support A. Therefore sigma ma equal to 0. So I am taking the moments about support A. I am taking moments about support A. That's why I am represented mz as a sigma ma equal to 0. And assuming that this assumption is required, assume that clockwise moment is positive. So clockwise means this moment is positive. So this one is a positive, right? So it gives, it reduces. If I take the clockwise moment as a positive, it reduces the number of negative signs to be used. That's why I taken as clockwise moment is positive. Therefore, RB into 10, because RB is here. RB has to reach A. We are taking the moments at support A. Therefore, RB to travel from this point to arrow is on upward side, hence it should take the rotation up to this point. So this is an anti-clockwise direction. You see RB is traveling from the anti-clockwise direction to reach the support A. Hence it should be a negative. You see here it is a negative. It is a negative. Therefore RB into, the distance is 3 plus 4 plus 3, that is equal to 10 meters. So 10, 3, 4, 3. Total add you will get the 10. and in first 40 is at a distance of 3 plus 4 7 meters, therefore 40 into 7, and it will reach the A like it is a downward force, hence it is travel towards the A like in a clockwise direction. Clockwise is positive, hence we take in the clockwise as a positive. And next 40 is traveling at a distance of 3 and in a direction of clockwise, hence 40 into 3. Right? So equal to 0, therefore RB is a negative side, so we will send it to the other side of the equal to. Therefore RB into 10 is equal to, these two will together as 400, therefore RB by 10, so you will get the 40 kilonewtons. So what is the value? RB value is 40 kilonewtons. So this is known as equation 2. So we know equation 1 and 2 now. Equation 1 it is 1. There RA plus RB equal to 80. What is the equation 1? RA plus RB is equal to 80. What is the equation 2? Equation 2 is RB is equal to 40 kilonewtons. Then substitute this value into equation 1. So you will get it, RA is equal to 80 minus RB, then 80 minus RB is 40, then RA is also came as 40 kilonewtons because 80 minus 40 is 40 kilonewtons. So this is the solution procedure for the simply supported beam. Whereas for the cantilever beams it is very easy, being one reaction at a time you are going to solve, but for the simply supported beams we require to solve two reactions. So at a time you will not get the answer, so we have to get the two equations, then solve it, then you will get the answers of RA and RB, right? So this is the one of the um, good problem to understood the in terms of the symmetric also. So now I am giving the some shortcut to get the value for the Ez. So see the observe the figure. It is a 40 kilonewton from A is at a 3 meters. 40 kilonewton from B is also at 3 meters. So it is a symmetry. If you see that in if I draw an axis at 4 by 2, that is 2 plus 2 plus 3 5 meters if I draw, so the both the parts will looks like a symmetry. It's look like a symmetry. So for the symmetry, if any figure having the symmetry, then the loads are also equal to the reaction. Therefore RA equal to 40, then RB equal to 40. This is the advantage of the symmetry. Hence in the ESET also these type of problems will be given to get the quick result. So by seeing this figure and understanding that this is a symmetry, so simply one can say that RA is equal to 40, RB is equal to 40. The same thing you are obtained after solution also. After solving you got RA and RB 40 kilonewtons after this much of calculation. But with the common sense also you can say that by RA and RB are in symmetrical condition of the beam, hence RA is equal to 40, RB is equal to 40. Excuse me. So for this, coming to the second problem, here we are going to deal about the hinged support. Whenever the hinged support came into the picture, we have the flexibility to load the inclined loads also, right? Hence in this problem, we are seeing some inclined loads. Find the support reactions for the simple supported beam of span 8 meters when the point load 40 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 3 meter from left hand side. So what he is supposed to telling about us, it is a simply supported beam. It has span of 8 meters. So you have to draw like this. It has the span of a span of 8 meters. When the point load is 40 kilonewtons acting at a distance of 3 meters from left hand support. So this is the left hand support and this one is the right hand support, right? So from the left hand support acting at a distance of 3 meters. So from this point it is 3 meters. So now we are having some load here, right? So we are saying that 40 kilonewton load is there. Therefore here it is 40 kilonewtons. And an inclined load of 50 kilonewton at 45 degree act at 6 meter from the left hand support. So still it is a 3 meters. Now he is saying that from left hand support there is a at 6 meters. From this point of view you should calculate this is the 3. So another 3 meters is required. Another 3 meters. So from that point there is an inclined load. There is an inclined load. So with 50 kilonewtons, it has the potential of 50 kilonewtons and it has an angle of 45 degree. So we will see this. So this is what he is going to say, that there is a at 45 degree, at a 45 degree it has, and it has at 50 kilonewtons the load, and the distance is at 6 meters. So 6 meters, if I see from this to this, 3 plus 3, 6 meters. Right? So this is what he want to say. Right? And one of the left hand side is hinge support. He is saying that among the both the supports, left hand support is hinge support. Therefore, I need to draw hinge support here. Right? And at the right hand support, he is not said anything. So hence it is a simple support. So I took the same as a figure to draw here. It is a 40 kilonewtons at the 3 meters, 6 at 6 meters, 50 kilonewtons at 45 degree, and the support is left hand side is hinge support and its simple support at the right hand side. So similar procedure, the calculation will be the same. Consider the sigma f of y, sigma f of x, sigma mz. In this particular problem, because it has an inclined load, therefore it resolves into two components. Therefore you will get the horizontal component, that means parallel force. So sigma f of x is also to be considered to solve the support reactions. So first identify the support reactions. For this particular hinge support we have the vertical reaction, we have the vertical reaction, right? And horizontal reaction is also there, horizontal reaction also. So here is two reactions are there, two numbers, whereas for the simple support one reaction is there. Total how many reactions you need to find? How many reactions? Here it is the 2 and here it is 1. Therefore total reactions are 3. How many equations you have? 3 equilibrium equations. Equilibrium equations equal to 3 unknowns. What is unknown? Support reactions. So I in this case I am replacing RA RB like in terms of the horizontal and vertical, because to understood RA is having two reactions. RA as having two reactions, among which RHA is horizontal, RVA is a vertical. V means vertical, H means horizontal. You see this notation. RVA means reaction, that is vertical at support A, or vertical reaction at support A. right? RVB means vertical reaction at support B. So support B, right? So totally we are three reactions. One is at the support A, at support A, R VA and R HA, right? There are two supports. At support B, only RVB because it doesn't have horizontal component because it is a simple support, right? So with this knowledge, we are using the equilibrium conditions. So sigma f of y equal to 0. Therefore RVA, so vertical RVA and RVB. Therefore RVA this one and RVB this one. Both are in upper side direction, hence they are positive, and the loads are in downward direction, therefore 40, and 50 kilonewtons is also having the vertical component after resolution, hence it is a sine 45, therefore 50 sine 45, both are in negative condition. So we are taking the both are negative condition and equated, then you obtained a equation RVA plus RVB is equal to 75.35, right? So you got one equation. So we require total three equations to solve, right? Okay. Horizontal reaction support is also there because it has hinged support and there is an inclined load is also there. Hence we are getting the parallel force. So we require to apply the sigma f of x equal to 0. So from the figure you please understood that this is the reaction component for the parallel force or horizontal force, right? And where is the action in the parallel force? This is the action. Thus inclined load gives a horizontal component which is to be opposed by this one, right? These both are in opposite direction, right? So what is the component of this inclined as a horizontal? 50 cos 30. Therefore 50 cos 30 should be equal to the RHA. So this is the RHA. RHA should be equal to 50 cos 30. So we will see that as a sigma f of x equal to 0. You see in this figure. Therefore RHA is minus, RHA is in the positive direction, RHA is in the positive direction, whereas 50 cos 45, so 50 is this one, 50 cos 45 means it is adjacent, therefore this is the direction which is the negative x-axis direction, hence we are taking 50 cos 45 as a negative, this is the negative, right? And RHA which is in the positive direction of the axis, hence it is a positive, right? Therefore there is no other horizontal components from any other forces or any other supports. Hence RHA minus 50 cos 45 is equal to 0. You are obtaining RHA is equal to 35.35, that is the kilonewtons, right? So substitute these values for the MZ equation, right? To solve for the RVA and RVB. So taking moment about any one support, that is A or B. So at A or B you can take at present we are taking moment about A. We are taking moment about A. Assuming clockwise moment is positive as in the similar place, and moment acting at support due to external load is MA equal to 0. Then substitute the values and take the directions. So you know that support B is in vertical direction and it goes to move towards the hinge support, right, in the anti-clockwise direction, in the anti-clockwise direction. What is the distance between the support B to support A? 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3, it would be 6 plus 2, then 8 meters. So 8 meters. In the similar manner, inclined load, when it is resolved, it has 50 cos 45 as a horizontal parallel force and 50 sin 45 as a vertical force. Therefore, we require the vertical force is 50 sin 45. So, it is a vertical, right? So, horizontal is collinear with the support, hence we are not taking 50 cos 45 as a moment because its perpendicular distance is 0. Hence, 50 sin 45 into the distance. So it is acting here. So therefore 3 plus 3 6 meters, 3 plus 3 6 meters, right? Plus here it is a 35.35 is a parallel force. So parallel force doesn't have any distance, hence it is taken as 0. For your understood only I place this one. Otherwise you don't require to write this also, right? Therefore plus 40 into 3. So this is a vertical load. Vertical load is coming like this. Hence it is a clockwise. Clockwise is assumed as positive. 40 into 3. So it is a total loads are considered. Now negative terms will one side and positive terms are one side. Then you got RVB into 8 equal to 332.13. Then solve it. You will get a RVB 41.52 kilonewtons. So now you know RVB value, RHB value, RHA value. RHB is 0 because it is a simply support. Substitute the equations 1 and 3. So 1 and 3, what are the 1 and 3? 3 is RVB value. 1 is RVA plus RVB is equal to 75.35. So the same equations are written here, RVA plus RVB. Then substitute RVB value in that equation, RVB 41.52. Then you got RVA is equal to 33.83 kilonewtons. So list out all the values you find out and then show in the figure. So RHA, which is a very important in this particular problem, RHA is 35.35 kilonewtons, whereas RVA, which is RVA is 33.83. So this is 33.83 vertical direction, right? RVB 41.52, this is a 41.52 kilonewtons, right? So this is the representation of the forces, and finally all the forces have been represented. Coming to the another problem in the similar manner. Now in this case we have the UDL, there is no inclined force. Yeah, hinged beam, hinged support is also given in this problem, right? So for this case we have to study what he is going to tell about the things. He is given a span of 12 meters and a point load of 40 kilonewtons. So therefore I am drawing a span of 12 meters. Point load 40 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 3 meters from the support. So from the support at 3 meters it is a 40 kilonewtons load is acting. And an uniform distributed load of 50 kilonewton per meter is starting at 4 meters. So I also earlier said that for any UDL it has starting and ending point. If this is the UDL, this might be the starting point, this might be the ending point. So what he is saying that it is starting 4 meters from LHS. So this is the left hand support and this is the right hand support. So for the left, from the left hand support it is starting at 4 meters. This is already 3 meters. So after 1 meter, that means total 4 meters. So 4 meters from that point the UDL is going to be start at the end and ending at 4 meters from RH. So it is ending at 4 meters from RH. So if I mark 4 meter distance here, therefore it is coming up to here. So this distance is 4 meters. Total is how much? The span is total is how much? It is given 12 meters, right? So therefore this is the total is 12 meters. So I need to figure out this distance now. What is the UDL occupied length now? So I had given the total span is 12 meters and this distance 4 meters. Therefore 12 minus 4, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. 7 minus 3, 4. So this distance is 4 meters. So this is the way to calculate the uh, missed dimensions or the lengths, right? So after getting this dimension of 4 meters, I am sketched in regular as a neat sketch. So in this problem is we need to convert the UDL into a point load. So that will be the best. So how to convert the UDL into point load? There is a simple solution. So multiply the occupied length into its magnitude. Therefore 4 meters is the occupied length and 50 kilonewton per meter is the its magnitude. Therefore 50 into 4 you get the 200. 50 into 4 and it will act at a distance of its mid occupied length. Therefore what is the mid? 4 by 2. Its occupied length is 4 meters. Hence, what is the mid? 4 by 2. So, its entire load is going to be act at a midpoint of the UDL. Therefore, so this is the UDL converted into point load. Therefore, 50 into 4, 50 into 4 is equal to 200 kilonewtons. You can say simply 200 kilonewtons, and it is acting at a distance of what is the distance from this point to this point? That is 4 by 2. Therefore, it should be 2 meters. So this is the representation. Now I can simply say that this entire figure is equivalent to this figure. The entire figure is going to be equivalent to this simple figure. This is the simple figure. This is 40 and this is 200. So this is a UDL is being converted into point load, and the remaining problem what we discussed in the question number 1, the same procedure can be done here. So without any ambiguity, right? If you want to keep the UDL in as a UDL only, then the procedure will be the listed as shown in the slide. So you now understood that 15 to 4 is 200 only. So that is the here 15 to 4. I am considering sigma f of I equal to 0. So sigma f of I equal to 0. Therefore RVA and RB. RVA is here, RVB is here. Minus 40 is the action load and 15 to 4 is the 15 to 4 will be the UDL. Therefore, after adding this will be 240 RVA plus RVB 240. Horizontal reaction of the support sigma f of x equal to 0. I require to solve the two unknowns here. Hence, two equations are enough. Here there is no parallel forces, no inclined load is there. Hence, hinge support at the 0, at the hinge support, horizontal component is 0. At hinge support, horizontal component is 0. That means this force will be 0, right? and sigma mz equal to 0. Hence taking moment about only one support, either A or B. So I am taking the support about A. That it is optional, you can take about B also, right? So similar way you have to calculate MA, and RB is coming from the upward to towards the A, hence it is anti-clockwise direction, taken as negative, and total distance is 12 meters, right? 50 into 4 UDL acts at a mid by 2, hence 4 by 2, it is acting at mid by 2, 4 by 2 plus 1 plus 3, therefore I used all the things, plus 40 into 3, right? So 40, it is also clockwise, this is also clockwise, both are clockwise, hence the addition symbol is used. So after equating to 0, negative terms and positive terms, either of the sides of the equality, you can solve the RB, which will come out as 110 kilonewtons. You know from the equation 1, RA plus RB equal to 240. Then substitute this value, RB value, in RA plus RB is equal to 240 equation. You can obtain RA as RA as 130 kilonewtons, right? So this is the calculation procedure for the UDL, right? So now I am combined all those cases as a inclined load and UDL point loads, right? Straight point loads. So you can see that here. So find the support reactions for the simply supported beam of span 8 meters. The point load 40 kilonewton. So here it is a point load 40 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 3 meters. So this is the 3-meter distance, and a UDL of 20 kilonewton per meter is starting from 4 meter from LH. So from this point to 4 meters. So this point to 4 meters. Therefore 3 plus 1, 4 meters, where the UDL is starting. Here it is UDL is starting point, and it is spreaded over a length of 3 meters. So UDL should be spread from this point to 3 meters. Therefore 2 plus 1, 3 meters. So what is the distance? Up to this point it is a 3 meters. Right? So UDL is spread over 3 meters. And an inclined load of 50 kilonewton at 30 degree act 2 meters from the right hand side. So remaining total 8 meter span is given here for us. 8 meters, the initially we have covered 7 meters, 4 plus 3, 7 meters. So what is the leftover? 8 minus 7, only 1 meter is there, right? So UDL ending to this ending to support to be, what is the distance? But only 1 meter is available. Now he is saying that there is a inclined load is there, that is 50 kilonewton at 30 degree act 2 meter from RH. Therefore a inclined load is within the UDL only. Hence from this point onwards you require 2 meters, right? So and locate the point load which is inclined one. So this is the inclined load, right? 50 kilonewtons. Then after figure outing this figure, right, he is saying that at left hand side there is a hinge support. So mentioned that here it is a hinge support. So hinge support is mentioned here. So procedure is the same whether they are overlapping each one over each other, but follow the same procedure. Sigma f of y equal to 0, sigma f of x equal to 0, and then sigma mz equal to 0. Then solve all the equations, you will get the reactions, right? Here three unknowns are HA, RVA, and RVB. So you require to use the all the three equilibrium conditions. Procedure will be the same, whatever we solved, same manner. For the inclined, there is a horizontal component is coming, 50 cos 30. So this is of the 50 cos 30. Inclined load will act as a horizontal component. right, in the negative direction, and this one is in the positive direction. Therefore, RHA equal to 50 cos 30, 43.3. Right? So this is the way to solve. After solving all the four equations, three equations and three unknowns, you have to show them in the figure. So this is RVA 42.24 kilonewtons, RHA 43.3 kilonewtons, RVV 82.76 kilonewtons. So you need to show all these values systematically. So now I am requesting the all the students, please solve the problems by your own by changing the numerals and distances of the span of the beam, and locate the loads as per convenient, and use the combination of the supports, combination of the loads, right? And I had taken in the entire slides, I taken at the moment at support A only. So you please take the moments at support B and check the values are obtained are similar or not. Obviously they will come similar. So try these all uh, possibilities and get convenience with these support reactions of the simply supported beam. So in this session we discussed about the determination of the support reactions for simply supported beam, and in with the help of equilibrium conditions, assuming that the beam is stable for the given loading conditions. Thank you.